as you might be aware already, there is a change in the PMP exam starting from July 2026. So I'm here to talk about what are those changes that you expect to see in the new PMP exam. Hi, my name is Narsimha Reddy Bommaka. I'm the founder and CEO of StarAgile Consulting. I'm also a certified Scrum trainer with Scrum Alliance and have done my PMP certification ages back. In this video, I'll walk you through what has actually changed in the new exam and what's going to stay the same. What mindset they are testing you on now. Who is eligible to take the new exam. How the exam duration and the breaks during exam going to change. The brand new question formats you expect to get in the new exam. Let's get into it. The current PMP exam is going away after July 8th, 2026. Starting July 9th, this new exam becomes the only option for PMP aspirants. And here is something worth saying upfront. Even though there is change in the exam, the PMP certification is going to be the same globally recognized credential regardless of when you got it. Your certificate will not say which exam version you took. So from your PMP certification, you can expect to have the same career impact, same salary premium, same global recognition no matter when you got it. Now here's where the test itself changes significantly. The three domains, people, process and business environment remain same in the new exam. But the number of questions in each domain have been rebalanced in a way that should change how you're going to prepare for PMP exam. In new exam, coverage for people domain drops from 42% to 33%. Process domain drops from 50 to 41. And business environment jumps up from 8% all the way to 26%. The significant increase in business environment coverage in the new PMP exam isn't just a syllabus change. To me, it signals a fundamental shift in how PMI defines the modern project manager. No longer a delivery executor, but a business outcome owner. If you have been preparing for PMP exam with older materials and have not adjusted your study plan, you are going in underprepared for the business domain that has grown in the most. This is the single biggest shift in the new exam, and you need to treat it seriously. Beyond the shift in domain coverage, the 2026 update introduces three new topic areas that were either barely tested or not tested at all before. The first is artificial intelligence. The new exam tests your understanding of how AI is applied as a project management tool. Things like AI-assisted risk forecasting, schedule analysis, and data-driven reporting. You don't need to be data scientist, of course. PMI is not asking you to build an algorithm, but you do need to understand how a competent project manager leverages AI tools responsibly within a project context. The second is sustainability. This is now a core competency, not a bonus topic. The exam covers how you integrate environmental and social considerations into project planning and delivery. ESG frameworks, long-term impact assessments, and stakeholder expectations around sustainable outcomes are all fair game. The third is value delivery and strategic alignment. The new exam asks you to connect project decisions to organizational strategy, OKRs, KPIs, and stuff like that. PMI wants to test whether you understand why the project exists, not just how to execute it. None of these is tested in isolation. You might see a question involving an AI tool or a dashboard, and the exam is not asking if you know the tool. It is asking whether you can make a sound judgment using it. Sustainability works the same way, woven into planning, quality, and risk decisions. And strategic alignment shows up whenever the business context of a project is in play. Project leadership itself is also being tested more broadly. It is expanding beyond just managing your internal team to include stakeholder engagement, communication planning, and governance. The predictive versus agile split also moves, reflecting how most projects work today. So as you study for PMP exam, especially for business environment questions, always ask yourself which answer connects project decisions to business outcomes. Which answer demonstrates strategic awareness, not just process compliance. This is the mindset PMI is rewarding in the new exam. Now, let's talk about eligibility for the exam, because this part actually got easier. One big update is that your project management experience can now go back as far as 10 years. Earlier, older experience didn't always count, but now it does. So if your project work goes back a while, it is not a problem anymore. There's also good news for people without a bachelor's degree. The experience requirement has been reduced from 5 years to 4 years now. If you have a bachelor's degree or higher, nothing changes. You still need 3 years of project management experience, and the 35 hours of project management training are still required, just as before. So overall, the eligibility window has opened up, and this change gives opportunity for more professionals now to get PMP certification. Okay, this is the section I really want you to pay attention to, because this is the part that makes the test feel different not just longer. First, duration of the exam. Your total testing time goes up to 240 minutes, a 10-minute increase from before. On paper, that sounds like a small manageable change, but here is what actually concerns me. This new exam introduces more extensive case study style questions, what PMI calls case sets. You will be presented with detailed project scenarios, sometimes supported by charts, graphs, or other project information, and then answer multiple questions based on that single common scenario. So you are doing heavier reading under real-time pressure with no opportunity to double check. That combination to me is a real difficulty spike in this whole exam. It is less about the clock and more about how much you need to process and commit in one pass. The new exam introduces case sets that we already talked about. Beyond that, there are a few more question styles worth knowing. Enhanced matching, where you drag items on a chart like figuring out whether project is ahead or behind schedule. Graphic based questions, where you are interpreting a diagram, dashboard, or image directly rather than just reading text. Hotspot questions, where you click on part of an image to select your answer. The new exam aligns with the PMBOK guide 8th edition released in November 2025. But the real study blueprint is ECHO, the exam content outline. It is free on pmi.org, covers exactly what the exam tests and should be the first thing you download. So in summary, the actual project management knowledge has not changed that much. What has changed is how they're testing it. It is less about whether you remember a fact and more about whether you can read a scenario and apply sound judgment under pressure. This is the full picture. Eligibility, content, PMBOK 8, the new case study format, and the new question types. So if you found this helpful, share it with anyone who is preparing for the new PMP exam. And if you're just getting started, we have a basic project management course on YouTube. The link is in the description. Go check it out. See you in the next one.